Countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. I'm sorry, I brought the wrong speech up. Let me fix that real quick. Okay. You know, so many times you hear valedictorian speeches droning on about how the future is great, the possibilities are endless, and that this is only one chapter in your life, and it's time to start the next, and they start repeating their points. They say the same thing for the bit, and the audience's attention, it just starts to wane. I know, I've been there. I'll do my best to make sure that that doesn't happen. I'll keep it reasonably short. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna try to sound wise beyond my years. I am 17 years old. I have seen a total of 4 presidents in my lifetime. I'm not the master of life experiences, at least not yet. I'm not gonna make generalizations about what the world will hold for us after high school because frankly, I don't know. I'm a high school senior, about to be a college freshman. I know how to do calculus now, although the AP test may say otherwise. I can analyze poetry, I can find the refraction rate of a transparent material, and I sure can play a mean saxophone. But I can't tell my classmates what the future will hold for them. I'm also not entirely confident in my ability to deliver a speech that's moving, such as Mr. Cooper's. I'm definitely not a great speaker, such as the likes of Ronald Reagan, Barack Obama, or the great granddaddy of them all, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But I will give a speech that plays to my strengths, that gives you a good time, and hopefully leads the senior class of 2017 on to new heights. Now, high school is a strange time in our lives. There's nothing quite like it before you get there, and I doubt that I'll ever be in an environment that quite replicates it. Just seniors, for a minute, think back to middle school. Classes were strict, everything felt sort of sterile, especially Miss Cooper's room, am I right? And everyone went to class pretty much right after one bell and right into the other. There was no waiting in the halls, no big groups talking and laughing as they counted the minutes of each passing period. And oh gosh, there was definitely not as much PDA. High school opened up more freedoms for us than middle school could have ever dreamed. Lunch transformed from some sort of gray prison into an adventure. I mean, you could walk to the Fina. As far as I'm concerned, there is still nothing more adventurous in life than walking to the Fina with a group of friends. These freedoms transferred into the classes too. We started to realize that teachers are people too, and they started to treat us more like we were adults. But the magic of high school goes deeper than that. It's the general feeling of well-being that makes me wonder if I'll ever encounter another place with a sort of charm like that. Everybody has a decent relationship with everybody else. Take Corbin and Brittany, for example. Throughout all of sophomore year, these two are badgering each other and getting their feathers ruffled. But even today, you can tell that whenever they bicker, there's a light-handed air underneath it all. Or at least, I really hope there is. After tonight, we won't have the society of friendship and well-being anymore. Most likely, we'll keep in contact with our good friends and reach out to some of our other friends every once in a while, but life will change. For example, I'll probably see my friends during the summer, but I'll never be able to do the things with my classmate acquaintances that I did frequently throughout my high school career. Oh, she's gonna hate this. Today is my last chance to squawk at Brittany. It's my last chance to hear Brenna make jokes the entire time. It's my last chance to remind Shelby of when she called people easy in our speech class. By the way, that was probably the most hilarious thing to ever happen. And it's my last chance to remind Brandon that he has probably caught every single disease known to mankind. And I hear from reputable sources, Corbin, that he went to a football game in a hazmat suit this year. And it's my last chance to bother Nate with a joke that I have beaten into the ground since freshman year. And you know what? I like doing these things. Not for the sake of doing them, but for the joy and laughter that came from those around me when I did them. Although I will admit, sometimes I did them because they made me laugh. And you know, now that I've talked about it, let me get that last one about Nate's joke out of the way. If you know the joke, don't, I repeat, do not ruin it for anybody, okay? What is the fastest dairy product in the West? Milk. Because it's pasteurized before you see it. Now you see, that may sound silly to you guys, and I know it probably sounds silly to all the relatives out there in the audience, but it's my last chance to do it. My last chance to see Nate dig his face into his palm as he groans that I said the joke. This is our graduation day. There are a lot of things where today is our last chance to do them. Now, I don't want any of you seniors misinterpreting my words. Seniors, this is not an excuse for us to go and run around the town like little hoodlums doing things that we'll regret later, no matter how tempting it sounds. What this is it's a chance for us as a group, as a class of 2017, to recount all the times we've shared together, the laughter with our friends, the emotions as our lives continue to rush through these 4 years and land us right where we are now. Think about all those who have helped us on our way. All those who kept us going on days when we couldn't bother to get up in the morning. Think about those friendships that you know will last for a long time. And we know those people who have had the greatest influence on us. Those people who have revealed the light of the world to us. The people who can seem to light up your day when everything seems dark. For me, those people are my best friend since about 4th grade, Robert Brashears, and my amazing girlfriend, Samantha Romero. I mean, I remember when I first met Robert, it was creepy, because I had never met somebody that was that much like me. I mean, it was uncanny. He thinks the same way I do. We laugh at exactly the same things, no matter how bizarre they are. And it's crazy. And Samantha, I used to think that girls didn't like me, and because girls didn't like me, I was antisocial. But it turns out I was antisocial, and I was a jerk to the girls, and that's why the girls didn't like me. But Samantha, she saw through all of that. She saw through all the outside layers of meanness and harshness, and she got down to the center, and I'm just so glad she's made me such a better person today. And, you know, for me, Robert and Samantha have always been there. We've had rough patches, then we've smoothed them out. We've confided in each other, and we've shared in each other's joys and sorrows. Each of you could replace Samantha and Robert with those people who have done the same for you. We need to thank those people tonight. We need to let them know just how much they've meant to us throughout these 4 years. How much our lives would have suffered without their presence. We need to embrace our friends tonight and embrace the fact that this is our last day as high schoolers. That this day does hold a lot of last chances. Let us not this day go to waste then. Don't let the idea of our oncoming lives diminish from what this day truly is. A celebration of 4 years with our best friends. Some of you may cry tonight, but don't let the tears come because we'll be marching ahead in our lives soon. Let the tears fall as you laugh at the memories of the times we spent together. Let us lift our heads up with our friends and family as we remember the good times. Let us be thankful as we think of the bad times that have passed. And if they haven't passed, let's be thankful that in time, even the worst will pass. Tonight, we should look back on our struggles and trials during high school, all of our tribulations and victories, all of our state marching championships and state track championships. We should look back at our football team, at those of you who proudly lift your head and call each other brothers. Our cheerleaders, our basketballers, our baseball and softball players, our friends. And then turn around, stop looking behind you, and look straight ahead, right in front of each of us. Seniors, look down at your feet right now. Yeah, all of you. Yeah, come on, Brett. Do you see what's there? Any of you see what's there? It's the finish line. And it's not going to be some glamorous display like each of us is Usain Bolt leaping to finish the 100-meter dash. There is no crowd of millions of people at home watching and screaming, USA! USA! But it took us 4 years of hard work and dedication to get here. And we couldn't have done it without all the support from our family and friends. We've slowly inched along, but in the end, we all got here. And even though there are not millions cheering at home, there are families, friends, teachers, and mentors in the crowd. Tonight, they're celebrating with you. Oops, lost my place. We all finished. We've done it together. And although there won't be a see you tomorrow at the end of tonight, there will be a moment where we just look at each other and smile. For all of the good that New Deal High School has brought us. For all of the memories and friends that we have made here. Now, I'm going to end with a quote because I heard it best at freshman orientation. Mr. C said the first day many of us stepped foot in the high school that as teachers, they have to get us ready for college and life in 4 years, and while it may seem long, it's not that long at all. And when I look back on that day, incoming freshman me just thought that it couldn't be soon enough that high school ended. But now I'm here, and he was right. It's not that long, and although I'm glad for every moment that I spent in this strange, funny, amazing little school, I only wish that I could have spent more time here with the people that I love. Thank you.